Hey, it's Cris Chico, and in today's video, I want to share with you the opportunity of YouTube ads for motivated sellers. I've been involved in real estate for a long time. I'm the pioneer. I'm considered the godfather of virtual wholesaling, the pioneer of direct mail, 24 recorded messages, the first one to ever publish a course on Facebook ads. And right now, I believe that this here opportunity is of the same caliber. Because what happens is that when you get in on the ground floor of these things, when these new strategies come up, the people that get in on the ground floor are the ones that extract as much money from the marketplace, more so than anybody else. So in this video, what I want to do is I want to go through specifically the opportunity, how it works, and everything else, so that you can make a decision if you feel that this is the right opportunity for you. And I think you should definitely give it some serious consideration. So let's go ahead and start. Here's what we're going to cover in this video. Where do YouTube ads show up? Why YouTube ads? How targeting works on YouTube. We're going to do a deep dive on this. So you have a really clear picture of how it works. A sample cost per lead, what's required in terms of the infrastructure. And then also, I'm going to share with you how we can help you if you want to help on this, as well as pricing, information about pricing, and the next steps required. All right, so let's go ahead and start with where do YouTube ads show up. This here is, there's two places where predominantly, there's three placements for YouTube. There's in-stream, shorts, and in-feed. We're going to be focusing on in-stream and shorts predominantly. In-stream is the wide videos, similar to like this video that you might be watching here on YouTube if this is on YouTube. These videos will show on either desktop or on mobile, so they could show up on both. And then we have shorts. And shorts will show up again on either mobile or desktop. However, predominantly these will be mobile. And there's a couple ways that we can structure campaigns, and I'll share with you how that works. So why YouTube ads? I'm not going to read these verbatim. You can always pause the video and read these. YouTube is wide open. Most agencies are on Facebook and Google search. Most real estate investors are on Facebook and Google search. That means that it's crowded. Do we still do deals with Facebook? Yeah. I had a client just message me today saying that he had made $17,000 on the Facebook lead. We closed ourselves on a deal, 3 days ago, $35K on Facebook. We had two clients the previous week. One closed $15K and one $35K. So there's definitely deals to be had. It's just not as easy as it used to be. And a lot of investors are staying away from YouTube just because there's some technical nuances that you have to make sure you get right. Otherwise, Google will take all of your money. So they're good at that. Next is you're going to get sellers on YouTube that haven't been beaten up by other real estate investors. This is a comment from one of our clients. He said that the YouTube leads were more laid back than Facebook, and he felt that they hadn't been through the ringer. Because what happens with Facebook now is when you see an ad on one thing, you'll see an ad about that thing from a bunch of different advertisers as if that's the only thing you wanted to know about. All right. So the same thing happens with the motivated sellers, because the motivated sellers will see an ad from an advertiser about selling the house for cash, but then they're going to see a bunch of other ads. With YouTube, it's different because there's a frequency cap, and then YouTube, from a user experience perspective, they're not going to bombard these people with a crap load of ads about selling their house. So you're going to get people that are not going to be beaten up. You're going to get people that are going to be also earlier in the process for a few reasons that I'll show you on one of the other bullets. Now, also the reason why YouTube is great is because of the targeting. Facebook is interruption driven, and it's based on user signal. So if I go in and fill out a form to sell my house for cash, Facebook is like, oh, you like that form? We have other ones here for you to fill out. And off to the races you go, and you see a bunch of ads. It is what it is. Google is based on intent signals, and I have a whole rundown I'm going to share with you here that goes deep into this. But in essence, we're going to be targeting people that are showing intent about getting rid of their problem property. And you'll see in a second, you'll be like, oh my God, Chico, this is amazing. All right, so let's talk about how targeting works on YouTube. Hey, if you're interested in getting up and running with YouTube ads for motivated sellers, go ahead and click the link in the description. we can help you either with giving you all of our SOPs and checklists so that you can go ahead and put it together with us looking over your shoulder. We can set it up and then deliver it to you and then show you how to run it. Or we have an option where we can actually take care of the whole thing, even run it for you, so that in the beginning you could just focus on getting deals done, and then later on you could decide, hey, maybe I do want to learn this thing. It's not that difficult. I see what Chico's doing, and then now you have full capacity to do it on your own. So check out the link in the description. There's audiences on YouTube. There's a few audiences: in-market life events, detailed demographics, and affinity audiences. Let's go through these each. Again, I'm going to give you the big picture. You can always pause these. In-market audiences. These are really key. These are people actively searching or ready to make a move. They're short-term intent. They're like, I'm ready to do something right now. So how does this translate to motivated sellers? So if somebody visits a website about selling their house fast, if somebody does a Google search, if somebody watches videos on YouTube about selling their house, all those things are signals that Google is picking up. They do a search about moving. They do a search about probate, selling a probate property. All those things get pulled together. So for example, these are some of the examples in real estate, right? You can see those there. So these audiences are the closest to conversions. Then you have life events. Let me just do the bullet. So this is people going through a life change. So what are the life? So these are not the same as the previous one, but they're getting there. So you're getting them before like they start to type in sell my house for cash, which is good because you're getting those leads in the earlier part of the process, which means that they're likely not going to be talking with that many people, if anybody at all. So these are some of the life events as it pertains to our niche, right? Real estate investors and wholesalers. All right. So again, life events let you catch in on sellers before they start searching. All right. Now, let's go to the next one. The next one is going to be detailed demographics. Let me close this one out. Detailed demographics. So now detailed demographics, we could use some stuff, not others. Like for example, we can't really target by age. We can't eliminate people that are under the age of 50, for example. We could do household income, but that's also a little bit blurry. So some of these things we're not able to do. We could certainly select homeowners, but if we're going to do that, then we'd want to overlay that with some of these other audiences that are more intent, right? So you could layer in different audiences. Affinity audiences. So affinity audiences are they're more broader, right? So for example, you can see the ones here. I'm trying to think about a real estate example because see, in real estate investing and in wholesaling, we're dealing with property owners that have a short-term need, not a long-term need. So a long-term interest would be like if you love yoga and now you're always looking at yoga stuff, and that's an interest that is wide. It's not tied to a specific action that you're looking to take. The difference would be, let's say, if you were searching what's the best yoga mat to buy, that would be more of an in-market audience because you're searching to find that. So the yoga is more of the broader affinity type of audience. So this is not one that I generally use that much when advertising on YouTube. So that's how targeting works. We have those there. So there's a little graph here that will show you a better summary. Let's put this over here. And this is, so top of the funnel, widest would be affinity. Middle of the funnel is life events. And bottom of the funnel is in market. Meaning that at the bottom of the funnel, those are the people that are like, I got to fix this now. I got to get rid of this. All right. Now, I'm going to give you some additional examples here. I'm giving you all the juice here. So let's give you a couple of examples. In-market categories. I'm going to give you in-market examples based on search behavior. In-market categories. So for example, residential properties for sale, moving and relocation, home equity lines, lines of credit, mortgage refinancing, real estate. All these are like in-market audiences. Then we have they're in-market. Then we have custom in-market examples. So let's take a look at some of these here. So for example, you can do what's called the custom intent audience for sellers that are searching for sell my house fast, and also people that visited these websites. You can do an audience based on distressed homeowners, people that are doing these search terms. See how creative you can get with this? All right. You can do also probate. I don't have that here, but there's a lot of other terms associated with probate that you can do here. Here's another one here. Oh, I put it here. So I didn't realize I put that there. See, I'm giving you all so much juice. Uh, all these are search terms. These are all URLs of people looking to sell a probate property. You can build an audience out of this. You see how powerful this is? I mean, really. All right. So then now we talked about targeting. Let's talk about cost per lead. Cost per lead example, nationwide leads. You can see the column on the right-hand side here, $30 per lead. Cities, $40 per lead. I mean, these are high-quality audiences, high-quality leads, but very close to Facebook. It's not as if we're asking you to pay $200 a lead. Here's a message I got from one of the clients. He had spent $278 for 18 leads, and he got 2 contracts. I mean, that goes to show you the intent of these leads. So what's required in order to get all this set up? So let's close this down, collapse, and we'll go through these. Oh, this is going to annoy me because they're not all the same H1 tags. Okay. Account setup. You sign up for a Google Ad account, you add your payment information, you set up goal conversion metrics, set URL parameters, and a bunch of other settings, right? Just infrastructure-wise. Then you got to set up a YouTube channel. You don't have to do YouTube like I do YouTube, making videos like this. You just need a YouTube channel created. It could literally have no videos. I have one with a bunch of videos, but you can have one with no videos. And then you do have to add a logo. So you need a logo. It'd be nice to have a banner. And then you're going to verify the channel using your cell phone. So then that way, and you verify your identity. So that way you could eliminate some of the limits that they normally have on channels in terms of how long the videos could be and how many videos you can upload, because we need to upload a bunch of videos. And then we set up default uploads, right? Then website. This is like so important because you can do everything right, and if you don't have a good website, you're not going to convert any leads. The website has to be fast and it has to be converting. This is an example of our website. It looks like this. It's longer actually, but this is just the front part of it. We have this as a template. If you're a client, if you want to become a client, we can give you the template. We can actually even set this up for you as well. Or if you want to set it up, we'll give you instructions. It'll probably take you no more than an hour. It's just drag and drop. We install the pixel and we install the tracking codes. It may not be, it's technically not called the pixel, but I'm used to Facebook, so I call it the pixel. Then you need a CRM because you need to manage your leads. Otherwise, what are you going to do in the yellow pad? That's not good. So we use Zapier to connect the landing page to your CRM. If you don't have a CRM, like if you don't have Podio, Go High Level, etc., then we could give you the template. We can set it up for you. This is the Trello. You can use Trello. Leads come in here, and then you just move along the different rows. It's actually, we have lots of clients that are doing 2 to 3 deals a month. We have a client that did, like the last few months, did like $800,000 in profits all out of this, and this is free. You use your phone. Like you got to use your regular phone. It's not a big deal. You don't need a whole bunch of automation. You just need to call people and sound like you know what you're doing and talk to them and figure out what their needs are and help them out. That's it. All right. Now, then we build out the campaigns. So we typically build out nationwide, state and city, and then some, if we have a client that wants a customized campaign, then we can build it out. But I would tell you that if you're looking to do this like in a very small county or a very small city, it's going to be tough. This is really designed to go wide. So you got to go under the model of nationwide wholesaling, virtual, and then doing novations and doing wholesale deals. If you don't know what novations is a way for you to take a property that you'd otherwise not be able to do anything with and be able to sell it on the MLS and get paid. And you can actually make more money. But that's for a different day. All right. Now, when we do the campaigns, again, more sauce here. We exclude tables and TV. And tablets and TV. Tablets, they're just never going to convert. It's just like junk. TV is because we put TV in its own separate campaign with a QR code, so that has to be separate. So with the nationwide campaign, we can have a nationwide shorts, nationwide in-stream, and a nationwide shorts and in-stream combo. I recommend starting off with shorts. We get a lot of leads from shorts, and there's a lot of traffic, and really not a whole lot of, hardly anybody's on there. All right. And then in-feed is another type of campaign, but we really don't use that much. It's not going to be your breadwinner. Let's put it that way. All right. So we covered campaign build out, targeting, and audience. Where are we at? We covered targeting. We covered already before. So we're going to do the in-market audiences. We're going to set up keywords and life events, homeowner and demographic segments, custom audiences, and then I don't know why that's there. So we already covered targeting, right? So and then we are going to go ahead and upload the ads. So we upload the ads to the YouTube channel here. So we're going to upload the videos here. We're going to link the YouTube channel to the ad account, and then we're going to be able now to use the ads. And we have in-stream and we have shorts. Here's a quick hack. So shorts, if you're already doing stuff on Facebook or TikTok, you can easily take the shorts there and the reels and the TikTok videos, and then bring them into to YouTube. With the widescreen videos at 16:9 for in-stream, that's a different story. You need a wide video, and if you take this video and you crop it, it's not going to look that great. But here's a hack: you can take this video here, and then you go to Canva, you create a video in Canva, 16:9. You take your video and you bring it up here. So this actually plays in the background while they see the text. That's a interesting hack for doing that. And then for options, you could use our videos. If you're a client, we give you all the videos, so you don't have to record anything. It'd be great if you could record some videos, but it's not mandatory. So you could film some yourself. You could hire an actor from Fiverr, or even use AI. And we have some AI videos like this one. These are here AI videos. These actually do quite well. This one, Pixar looking one, and these here at the bottom, Vid A. It's a weird name. It's just our nomenclature. It's a little weird. That's how I identify them. And then you need headlines, descriptions, and CTAs, call to actions, right? And then you're going to launch the campaigns. I recommend launching several campaigns at $35 per day. Start with shorts. Use what's called a target CPA to limit how much Google will bid in the auction for you. So make sure that they don't overspend. And this is a question that came up: is speed. How fast can you get leads? We're looking to get leads within 48 to 72 hours. All right. Somebody asked me the other day, somebody told us that they were told that they needed to advertise for 2 or 3 weeks before they would get a lead. That, I have no idea why they would even say that, other than that they may not know what the hell they're doing. All right. That's the only logical explanation that I have for that. All right. Now, let's go back to our outline. We covered what's required. All right. So, listen. If you're looking at this and you're saying, you know what, this might be interesting to me, Chico, there's a couple ways that we can help. Number one, we can give you all of our checklists, SOPs, and everything, all the creatives, and then you're going to build it out. And we're going to be there every step of the way to make sure that if you have any issues, you reach out and we'll help you, get you unstuck. And then you'll launch the campaigns, and then you'll be able to get help and support as well. So if you're like really technical, you want to get your hands dirty, you don't have to be like a rocket scientist to be able to put this together. All the videos are very much clearly laid out. So, you could put everything together in like a day, maybe 2 days max, depending how much time you work in a day. The next option is done for you setup. So the done for you setup is, let me see what I wrote here. The done for you setup is where we do the initial setup, and then we give it to you and then give you instructions on how to run it and look over your shoulder. The best analogy is it's like a car. Like you get a car, when you buy a car, they never ask you to build a car. If they did, then some of you would still build it, but most of you would probably take the bus. So the dealer builds a car for you, delivers it, gives you an owner's manual, and if you have something that goes wrong and you can't figure it out, then you call the dealer and you go to the service department. It's kind of like the same thing here. Then the next and final option is if you said, hey, Chico, I would love for you to set it up and run it. We look at this as a kind of an interim solution, right? Because I believe that you should be able to know and understand how to run your own campaigns. All right, so our objective here is full transparency. We want to build it. We want to show you what we're doing. And so then that way you can see what we're doing, and then you'll say, oh, this is not that difficult, Chico. I can do it. And then you do it, and then instead of paying a management fee per month, then you take that money, you give it to Google, and then you get more leads, and you'll be much happier, and you don't have to rely on anybody. So what's the next step? If you, after watching all this, you either will say, Chico, I think this is amazing, and I want in on these YouTube leads. Click the link in the description. Or you might say, it was okay, Chico. Doesn't really juice me. If that's the case, don't click the link in the description and instead watch that video instead. Hey, if you're interested in getting up and running with YouTube ads for motivated sellers, go ahead and click the link in the description. We can help you either with giving you all of our SOPs and checklists so that you can go ahead and put it together with us looking over your shoulder. We can set it up and then deliver it to you and then show you how to run it. Or we have an option where we can actually take care of the whole thing, even run it for you, so that in the beginning you could just focus on getting deals done, and then later on you could decide, hey, maybe I do want to learn this thing. It's not that difficult. I see what Chico's doing, and then now you have full capacity to do it on your own. So check out the link in the description.